talk radio just got a little cooler.
Chad Benson.
Chad Benson.
The Chad Benson Show.
That's you.
It is the Chad Benson Show, broadcasting live from beautiful Cleveland. This last 2 days I've been talking about how's the RNC going to get younger, more diverse, because I think that is a problem for the RNC. And joining us now is Austin McBee and Margaret Pfohl from Envision, and they are younger. Austin, how old are you?
17.
Austin is 17. You can't even vote.
We're close.
You can't even vote. He's got a bow tie on, folks. He's got a bow tie on. Margaret, how old are you?
18.
Voter right there, kids.
Yes, I am.
Voter indeed. All right, so you are a supporter of the Republican Party. You are part of the GOP, if you will. Why a young kid? You know, I mean, you look like you should be one of those Disney or Nickelodeon shows. Like, hey, here comes Austin McBee. Oh, my God, he's so cool. So why the Republicans?
Well, being from Texas, I am from Texas, by the way. I have immigration is a strong issue there, and I've just seen a lot of firsthand issues that could be solved by having stronger borders. And so that's led me to the Republican Party.
It's led you to you're 17 and you've been led to the Republican Party. Now, did your mom and dad lead you there too?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit? It's Texas, right? Mom and dad are probably a little bit conservative. They're probably not voting for Hillary.
Probably not.
But you said you've seen how immigration has caused issues. How has it caused issues, like, around you?
Well, my dad's in the home building business, and so in his business there's a lot of illegal immigrants that have jobs on the sites and just elsewhere, and those jobs are jobs that could have been given to legal citizens who are unemployed. And I just think the legal citizens should have the first right to open jobs.
Look at that. He's rolling with it. All right, we're going to come back and find a solution in a second. Margaret Pfohl, she is 18 years old. You're from?
Warner Robins, Georgia.
Warner Robins, I saw them in the Little League World Series. Good for them. How did you land here? I mean, first of all, you're a young woman. You don't find too many young Republican women running around. We see young youngsters here. Most of them are volunteers, and they're just trying to get credit for something, or they want to work in the TV industry. But you are somebody who is for the GOP. How did you, land in the world of the GOP?
Well, honestly, both of my parents lean far right, and so I've grown up around that. And, I just find that I can relate to more of their principles, I guess you could say. And, obviously growing up around it has really helped out a lot, too.
What's the big issue you see facing? He sees immigration. What about you?
Honestly, what I think about a lot is our national debt. I know we're like $19 trillion in debt, and it's going up.
Our credit rating's not very good right now.
Right.
We could probably not finance a toaster.
And so I think that definitely national debt, because that money, someone's going to have to pay it off. And I think that burden is going to fall on us millennials. And, in the future we'll be faced with decreased opportunity in many different aspects. Look
at that right there. Decreased opportunity. She gets it. But she did say the millennials would have to pay it off, which lets us all off the hook. We're talking to Austin McBee and Margaret Pfohl here. They're from Envision. All right, so the GOP does have a problem. I mean, you're walking around here, you see there's there's a bit of an old boys network. There's definitely a lot of older people. Next week it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, Facebook, and there's going to have a huge thing there. There's going to be real rock stars, not Third Eye Blind, and there's going to be all these kind of things. I see why millennials would be excited about the Democratic Party. How do they get young people to buy into what the Republicans are selling?
Well, that's a good question, because the Democrats have it kind of figured out by just giving them free money. So we're going to have to find a way to top that. But I think a lot of kids, what they don't realize is that the Republican Party will protect our rights and then protect the Constitution, and that's what's gotten our country this far. And we just need to keep relying on that and just keep relying on the people who are going to protect our rights, because once we lose our rights, what are we left with?
Well, that's the truth. And now he said giving them free money. That's something there. You just talked about debt and stuff, but it is about bringing people to the party, Margaret. And I find it hard because I just, I look around here and at times it feels a little bit old and stodgy. It doesn't feel like it's fun. And you guys are young kids and you want that, right? You want to be able to come to these things and enjoy them. There also has to be a hipness factor, and there is a hipness factor missing with the Republicans. Am I right?
Right.
Yeah.
how do they get that hipness factor? Because that is going to bring young people. I don't care what people say, well, that's not what it's really about. But the message can't be for Republicans, we're just going to give them what we think is best, and we'll hope they come to us, because that's not going to work anymore.
Well, I think that what really draws young people like myself to, let's say, Donald Trump, to the Republican Party, is that Donald Trump is different. He's not like your typical politician, mainly because he's a businessman. And, I think that how different he is really draws young people like myself to him, because I feel like growing up, we've been lied to numerous times by politicians, and something different and something fun and something that you don't really know what to expect from might appeal to some millennials.
Like me, because I'm hip and I'm cool and I'm fun. I'm tatted and stuff. I don't fit into all these things out here. But you know what? I love the party, but I've seen the party kind of go sideways, and I don't see them coming in. And we're talking to Austin McBee and Margaret Pfohl here. They're from Envision, and they're young 17-year-old Austin and 18-year-old Margaret here. Here's something, and diversity. This is one of the things. Both of you guys, you seem to be white. So I'm going to go with that. There needs to be more diversity. How does, and we've asked this question from a lot of people, how do Republicans and even young Republicans reach out there and start to make this a more diverse, inclusive GOP, a bigger tent, bigger net, right? Let's catch more fish.
Well, a bigger net. I'd have to say I feel some older Republicans have more of a hate towards some of the diverse people of today, and I think by being more inclusive and not banning certain people from this country would really help to be more, that would be a good step to be more diverse.
I think that'd be a little bit more of a step that we need to take. What do you think?
I think that unity is a big issue in the Republican Party. I feel like we aren't united as a party, and that's a really, really big problem. And I think the wall, that's just, spreading us farther apart. And, I like Donald Trump and I like some of his policies, but things like the wall and just banning all Muslims, I think that could really just hurt the party even more.
And I'm talking to Austin and McBee and Margaret Pfohl here, two young kids, two young GOP, future GOP. Well, one is not ready to vote yet. When's your birthday?
February.
Oh, he's not voting this time. Here's something, social issues, right? You guys, what are you, a senior in high school?
Yes.
Austin, senior, you're going into college, right?
I am.
Social issues are huge. LGBT rights, women's choice, a lot of the things like that play big, especially amongst the younger crowds. Even people who are somewhat conservative that are younger feel that they want the more inclusivity, and that the LGBT community and women's rights to choose, that the Republicans should do away with that. You guys look into the future. You talk to your friends. I'm sure some of which are somewhat conservative. Are they kind of like, let's stay away from these issues, and these things are already settled, let's move forward?
Yeah, ever since the Supreme Court ruling on gay marriage, most of the people I've talked to are just like, all right, well, it's over. No point in just accept it and move on, I guess, because there's no point in just getting all bent out of shape about something you can't change. Focus on the issues that are still in hand that you still can actually have a say in.
Absolutely. What about you? Like, you're a woman, and of course, you're Donald Trump. You're somewhat of a supporter of Donald, but Donald has had some issues with the ladies, has said some things in the past that have irked a lot of people, not just feminists, but even conservative women have been up in arms at times. And of course, the whole woman's right to choose thing, this is something, as you go into college, this is going to be, something that's going to be in your face. What do you feel about these kind of things?
Honestly, I think I haven't really focused on Donald Trump's, people call him a bigot, and that he, I don't know, that he is against women or something crazy like that. And, maybe some of his comments are like that, but I tend to focus more on, his policies and what he can do for my future rather than, I don't know, what he's saying about women now. People my age, I feel like we're not really focusing so much, at least the people that I know, on, gay rights and abortion, but we're focusing on education and the economy and, trying to improve our futures, honestly.
Absolutely. We're talking to Austin McBee and Margaret Pfohl here, and one last question for each of you. The one solution that you could fix right now, Austin, what's that one solution you would like to see fixed? It could just be one. What is it?
So the biggest issue today I want to see fixed?
Yeah.
Probably immigration problem.
Immigration.
Yeah.
Do you think that they should all leave, or do you think we need to set up guest waivers and visas because...
I think we need to vet them and figure out who's who and actually figure out their history and stop releasing criminals and then have them come right back and do the same thing. We need to start vetting criminals or vetting the immigrants And then I think the ones that are vetted and safe, they should be allowed in. But I also think there should be a limit to how many we let in, because we can't just let them just flood our country and take all the jobs for the people who've been there their whole lives.
All right, Margaret, same question. You get one choice. We come to you, we say, Margaret, you're a wizardess, right? Is that what it is? You're a magician? what do you? I don't even know.
Genie?
Genie? I don't know. You're a genie. Snap of the fingers. You solve one of the problems that America is facing today. What's that one problem you want to see solved?
Well, honestly, it's hard to pick just one. There's education, there's economy, there's immigration, there's gun laws.
But you're the leader, Jeannie, so you have to pick one.
But I think all of those kind of fall under unifying the Republican Party. So I feel like if I could fix one thing, it would be just to unify the party as a whole, and then maybe everything else will fall into place.
Very. Wow.
Look at $17 million on the table.
Absolutely crazy.
My bad.
Austin McBean's his name, and Margaret Pfohl, they are from Envision. We appreciate you guys coming down here and speaking today. It's good to get a younger voice, and I think we need more of that, and I think we need to find more diversity amongst the party, and it needs to start to happen. We definitely appreciate that. Thank you guys so very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
More straight ahead right here on the coolest show in the entire world, and you know that, people. It's the Chad Benson Show.